Everyone, FortunePayback here. Just thought I'd make a quick video giving kind of my thoughts and first impressions on this little gizmo, Razer Kishi. It's something that I got just to kind of play around with and check out, and honestly wasn't sure if I was really going to like it. As of this video, I've only had it 2 weeks, and I have been playing it with it like non-stop. My primary reason originally was the Xbox Game Pass app that Microsoft released. And honestly, I got sick of lugging a controller around. So, did a little shopping and whatnot, and found this thing. I'm not a big fan of Bluetooth. And that was my first selling point, is it actually plugs in just via USB-C, like so. And then, of course, it pinches the other end. You got like your little switch with your phone, which I think is really neat. Very unique. I probably should mention I am a Razer fanboy, so I hope that this isn't going to be biased, but being that it is Razer, of course you're getting a pretty solid product. However, the price point is up to you. The regular version is $80, but then they have a second version that is branded Xbox. Kind of see that. Can't. There you go. The other one has like a little house and some. Which is $100. This is the one that I got, because that's the one that I found. And honestly, I'm going to say right off the bat, I don't think it's worth $100. I think the $80 one is probably the sweet spot. But this is what I have. Unfortunately, I'm out of luck. But you know what? I'm still very satisfied. I guess let's just go over some of the pros and cons. Pros, one, it's small. It fits in your pocket. It's very portable, very easy to use, just plug in and go. I like it a lot, mostly just for that reason. Originally before, I just carried around a controller sometimes, whenever I knew I was going somewhere. Let me think. The other pros is, I was actually, I don't know if you would technically call it a pro, but I really like how the sound comes out. If you were to look very closely, you got two little slits there. That was one of my main concerns, was the sound was not going to get... surprise. It actually comes out very well. If you were to be watching your phone on YouTube or something and you like cupped your hand around like that to kind of enhance the sound, that's basically the same thing then. I'd say, in general, it feels very good, especially for somebody like me. I have much larger hands, and absolutely love the Xbox One controller, specifically because of that reason. It's a larger controller. I'm a larger person. And considering how small it is and how big my hands are, it actually feels rather comfortable. Over extended periods of time, you know, I have to constantly stretch out, but other than that, I think it feels very good, surprisingly. I'd say the buttons are also very solid. They're not necessarily like modern controller buttons, though. They're very clicky, but not in the sense of like actual clicking, if that makes any sense. Kind of push, they're solid, but if I had to compare them to any other controller, I'd probably compare it to an Xbox 360 controller. How bubbled out they are, how they just feel, especially the D-pad, it's very bubbled out. Although the triggers and the bumpers, I think I would probably compare more so. Again, they just feel very good. Very easy to kind of hold on to. Buttons are satisfying. Nothing gets in the way of each other because of how offset the analog sticks are from the face buttons and the D-pad. And that makes it very easy to not get your thumb in the way, unlike some other controllers I've seen. The one other positive is in these little side parts where your phone pinches, if I can actually get these out, they have little rubber inserts. You don't actually have to take your phone out of your case. Of course, that does kind of depend on your case, because obviously you can't fit like a whole OtterBox. This is the Galaxy S9 Plus, and if I were to kind of show you that, I should give you an idea of how thick the case can be. So not a lot of room, but definitely a little bit of room if you have a smaller case on your phone. And S9 Plus, if I were to show you this here, kind of give you an idea of how much room. That's all it is. They just stretches apart and just clamps on there. It surprisingly holds very well. Obviously, if you were to twist this part too hard, you would just break it. You'd break the port. So don't do that. That's it for the pros. It's very ergonomic and easy to use, and I like it. As for the cons, on the other hand, there are a few. Again, I guess the ergonomics is sort of a pro and a con. Again, being somebody with much larger hands, it does get uncomfortable after a while. I want to say every 20-30 minutes or so, I really got to stretch out my fingers. Just because of the way you're holding it. Feels... Oh, how do I say it? Claustrophobic, I guess? I don't know, you're kind of gripped onto it. Which I guess, I mean, it's not the biggest con in the world. It is what it is. It's a portable controller. It just is what it is. I think my other con is that there's no way to plug in headphones. I'm a big fan of cables. I dislike Bluetooth. In pretty much almost any form. But if you want headphones, you cannot use your 3.5mm jack on your phone. There is no way to put it in this. So you have to have Bluetooth headphones for that. And as somebody who doesn't really want a pair of Bluetooth headphones, that is a little bit of a bummer. But that is a downside if that is something that you sort of look at. I guess you consider it a con. The charging port as well on the controller to the bottom here, so you can charge while you play. After 5 hours of use, I figured, okay, finally time to charge and see if this actually works. And it did not at first. It didn't work. I had to actually try a different cable for it to work. I don't know if that's a common issue or an uncommon issue, but that is, I think, one con I wanted to out. It's not the biggest problem in the world. Oh, there's actually a pro I kind of missed, kind of going hand in hand with the battery life. It doesn't actually drain a lot of battery at all. I can consistently be able to play a bunch of games for at least an hour along with this plugged in and use up maybe 20%. So 20% in an hour. And the battery life on this is incredible. It's better than some Bluetooth products that I have used in the past. So just kind of keep that in mind too. So in general, I guess that's really it. I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on it real quick. Would I recommend it? I would say so. Definitely get the cheaper one though. I think $100 is a little too much for this. There you go. That's my thoughts on the Razer Kishi.